The sacred geometry of the pyramid, hidden inside you since the beginning. You were never just a body. You were never just a mind. You were always a sacred structure. Before language, before culture, there was form, and the most powerful of all was the pyramid. But what if I told you the pyramid was never just built outside of you? What if its angles, its proportions, its chambers were silently encoded inside your spine, your breath, your light body? You've been walking around with a temple inside you, a cosmic antenna, an ancient key, disguised as your own energetic geometry. And now, something is waking it up, something deeper than thought, older than memory, and louder than all the noise around you. The geometry of the pyramid is sacred because it mirrors the ascension path, from base to apex, from root to crown, from body to light. This isn't just history. This is biology. This is your forgotten architecture calling you back to alignment. The pyramid is not a tomb, it's a map. And once you see it, you'll never unsee it again.
Chapter 1. The Hidden Code of the Pyramid's Shape. There is a reason why the pyramid is the most enduring shape in human history. It wasn't just chosen for beauty. It wasn't just built for death. It was designed for ascension. 3 sides rising from one base, a triangle reaching toward the sky, a form that captures light, channels energy, and whispers to the stars. But here's the part they never taught you. This shape is not just architectural. It's energetic. It's biological. It's you. Your spine is the central axis. Your pelvis is the base. Your crown is the apex. And everything in between is movement, vibration, ascent. The pyramid is a mirror of the soul's path, solid at the bottom, refined at the top. Just like your consciousness, climbing through layers of fear, ego, memory, and time until it pierces the veil. The ancients weren't just building monuments, they were encoding messages. In angles, in stone, in silence. They understood that form is a language, and that the pyramid was a living symbol of awakening. It is no coincidence that this shape appears again and again in temples, mandalas, energy fields, and even in the voltage map of your brain. It is everywhere, because it is the structure of ascension itself. You don't need to travel to Egypt. You're already carrying the blueprint. And once this code begins to reactivate, your body becomes a temple. Your breath becomes a staircase. And your life becomes a ritual of remembering.
Chapter 2. The Hidden Language of Divine Proportion. The pyramid wasn't just built with stone. It was carved from mathematics, from proportions so perfect they seemed to come from another realm. The Great Pyramid of Giza holds the golden ratio in its very bones. Phi, the sacred 1.618, the fingerprint of divine intelligence. But this ratio isn't only in the pyramid. It's in seashells. It's in galaxies. It's in the spiral of your DNA and the shape of your own body. Your navel to your head, your fingers to your arm, your heart to your height. The golden ratio is not outside you, it is you. And once you understand this, you realize sacred geometry was never just about measuring stones. It was about remembering who we are. The ancients didn't just build with tools, they built with codes. Codes that align the seen with the unseen, the physical with the spiritual, the human with the cosmic. Every line of the pyramid speaks a hidden language, a silent transmission of harmony, a precise echo of the universe's architecture. And when your body begins to remember this proportion, when you move, breathe, and live in resonance with it, you begin to unlock your energetic symmetry, your coherence, your power. This is why temples felt alive. This is why the Great Pyramid vibrates, because form holds frequency, and frequency holds memory. You are not random. You are not broken. You were designed in divine proportion. And now, that proportion is waking up again, inside your breath, your spine, your soul, realigning your entire system with the sacred geometry of your origin.
Chapter 3. The Heart of the Pyramid, the Inner Chamber of the Soul. Deep within the Great Pyramid, beneath layers of stone, silence, and shadow, lies a hidden space, the King's Chamber. But this was never just a room. It was a resonance chamber, a portal, a heart. Aligned precisely with the stars, calibrated to frequencies beyond the human ear, it was built to awaken something within you, not just above you. This chamber was the center of the pyramid, just like your heart is the center of your energy. Not your brain, not your words, your heart. The ancients knew that the journey of ascension doesn't begin in the mind. It begins in the heart chamber, in the silence between your breaths, in the stillness between your thoughts. They carved a symbol into stone that your soul already carries in light. When you enter your own inner chamber, through meditation, breath, stillness, you begin to resonate with the same frequency encoded in the pyramid's core. You start to hear the hum behind the universe. You begin to feel the pulse of eternity echoing through your ribcage. This is why the King's Chamber vibrates. This is why initiates would lie in sarcophagi of stone to align with the cosmic heartbeat. Because within you, there is also a sarcophagus, a sacred stillness, a throne of silence where your soul remembers it is sovereign. And when this chamber opens, when your heart unlocks its sacred geometry, your entire being begins to recalibrate, not from effort, but from resonance, from alignment, from remembrance. You are not outside the temple. You are the temple. And the heart is the chamber where light meets form, where frequency becomes identity, where your soul rises like the sun, from silence into sovereignty.
Chapter 4. The Body as a Living Pyramid. You don't have to visit Egypt to enter a pyramid. You're already living inside one. The true temple was never made of limestone. It was made of breath, of blood, of awareness. Your body is a pyramid, from the wide base of your feet and pelvis to the narrow crown of your skull. Your spine is the central axis. Your heart is the chamber. Your breath is the pulse that activates the whole structure. Every posture of meditation, legs crossed, spine upright, crown lifted, mimics the geometry of the ancient pyramid. You are not sitting still. You are becoming a receiver of cosmic energy, of solar codes, of memory. Because pyramids are not just shapes, they are technologies, energy amplifiers, frequency stabilizers, ascension tools. And when your body imitates this structure, it too begins to function as a transmitter. Your thoughts gain power. Your emotions gain clarity. Your aura becomes crystalline. You begin to anchor heaven into earth through your very structure. This is why posture matters, why alignment matters, why stillness is not passive, but activating. The ancients weren't just architects. They were bioengineers of light. They knew that the pyramid shape, when embodied, opens portals inside the body, unlocks memory, awakens light. And now, your posture is becoming a temple, your spine a staircase, your crown a gateway. You don't walk inside sacred geometry, you walk as sacred geometry. And with every breath you take in stillness, your pyramid body remembers and reawakens the codes it has carried for lifetimes.
Chapter 5: The Vibrational Activation of the Light Body. Geometry is not just structure. It is sound. It is light. It is vibration made visible. The pyramid wasn't only meant to be seen, it was meant to be felt. Because every angle, every proportion emits a specific frequency. And that frequency doesn't just affect the stones around it. It affects your field, your cells, your soul. This is why ancient initiates entered pyramids in silence, not to speak, but to resonate. They understood that sacred geometry was a vibrational key, a tuning fork for the energy body, a harmonic map that, once activated, could awaken the dormant layers of the soul. And now, that activation is happening inside you. When your spine aligns, when your breath slows, when your awareness enters the still point between inhale and exhale, you begin to vibrate in harmony with the original codes. The codes of balance, of memory, of light. Your Merkaba begins to stir. Your energy body begins to rotate, to spiral, to glow, just like the invisible energy field that once danced within the king's chamber. Because the pyramid wasn't meant to be visited. It was meant to be recreated within you. Every breath becomes an offering. Every silence becomes a tuning. Every posture becomes a signal. You are no longer just a seeker. You are a resonator, a living glyph of divine proportion. And as your light body activates, your reality begins to bend. Synchronicities multiply.
Visions emerge. The veil begins to shimmer. Not because something outside of you changed, but because the geometry inside you began to sing.
Chapter 6. The Pyramid as a Stellar Antenna. What if the pyramid was never meant to touch the sky, but to speak to it? What if those massive stones were arranged not just for eternity, but for transmission? The Great Pyramid is not aligned by chance. It mirrors Orion's belt. It points to Sirius. It aligns with the solstices and the magnetic heart of the Earth. This was not architecture. This was communication. The pyramid is a stellar antenna, a bridge between dimensions, a structure tuned to receive cosmic energy and to amplify the soul's signal back to the stars. And here's the secret that changes everything. Your body, your light field, is built the same way. When you align your inner geometry, your breath, your posture, your intention, you become a transmitter, a living antenna, a bridge between Earth and the celestial realms. This is why the ancients looked up. This is why the initiates trained under starlight. They knew the real temple is built when the heavens and the body sing the same song. You are not disconnected. You are not small. You were designed to resonate with stars. Every chakra becomes a satellite. Every cell becomes a signal. Every heartbeat becomes a pulse through the cosmic web. And the pyramid was a mirror of what your energy body is becoming now. A structure of clarity, a beacon of remembrance, a precise tool for cosmic alignment. You are not just remembering the Earth, you are remembering the sky, the codes of your galactic origin, the rhythm of your stellar ancestry. Because to awaken the pyramid inside you is to awaken the constellation within your DNA.
Chapter 7. You were being guided the whole time. Even in your most silent moments, you were never alone. Even when the world went quiet, when no one understood, when it felt like you were walking blindfolded through fire, something was guiding you. Not a voice in your head, not a sign in the sky, but something deeper, a spiritual intelligence woven into the very fabric of your soul. You see, this path was not random. These breakdowns were not accidents. Each loss, each shift, each redirection was precisely aligned with a higher version of you, a version your ego couldn't see, but your soul remembered. You didn't stumble onto this video. You were pulled here by resonance, by vibration, by a sequence far older than this lifetime. Because the truth is, every detour was direction. Every delay was preparation. Every collapse was calibration. You were never behind. You were never broken. You were simply being realigned with what is already yours in frequency. And now, you're beginning to hear it. The pull, the pattern, the presence. A language beyond words. A path that reveals itself only when you stop chasing and start remembering. You're not going crazy. You're tuning in. You're decoding the messages that were always there, but only now your soul is ready to hear. So breathe. You haven't lost your way. You've just found your signal.
Final activation. The pyramid is awakening inside you now. You've always felt it. That silent structure rising inside your spine. That sacred pressure in your chest when you breathe with presence.
That ancient call, pulling you inward, upward, homeward. Because the pyramid was never just in Egypt. It was in you, encoded in your body, whispering through your breath, waiting for this exact moment to awaken. You are not a seeker anymore. You are a temple. You are a transmitter. You are a living glyph of sacred geometry. And now, your structure is remembering its design. Your light is remembering its symmetry. Your soul is remembering its ascension. So repeat these words to anchor the code. I am the living pyramid. Write it in the comments. Say it out loud. Feel how it changes your field. You were never disconnected. You were never broken. You were just misaligned. But the geometry has returned. The memory has returned. You have returned. And now, you rise.